As promised, we have the management of ITI Limited with us. Remember, the company received approvals for the Ascon Phase 4 project. Remember, they were already declared the lowest bidders in 2017. Mr. R.M. Agarwal, the chairman and MD of ITI, joins us. Hi, Mr. Agarwal. Thanks so much for joining in. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions in terms of this approval that's come in. Is this the final approval? Now, no more approvals are required. And the second part is, it's a massive order, 7,800 crores approximately. When do we see revenues flowing in? From this year, from FY21 onwards, and for how long will it go on? Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting us on this your available channel. And definitely, this is the final order received from the governmental side. Definitely, this contract have to be signed, which will be signed very shortly. So this order consists of two parts. This out of this 7,800 order, 4,800 is around this capex part, and this around 3,000 is the opex part. So capex part is supposed to be completed in the next 3 years time from right now, and definitely some revenue portion definitely will be booked in this financial year as well, and definitely other things will be booked in the next 2.5 years time.
All right. So in the next 3 years, approximately, all these orders will start coming into revenues in your books. Is that correct?
Yes, very right.
All right. So that's that's a big number. Then we're looking at more than 2,000 crores on a yearly basis is what will be revenues that will be flowing into this order. So that's positive. Give us a sense in terms of margins. What kind of margins will you get on this order?
Actually, in this project, the three components are there. First is this IP MPLS satellite and this microwave equipment. That is the equipment which we are sourcing from the outside. So yes, the margins are good. I will say yes, it's a good margin, around 15 to 20%. And definitely the other part is optical fiber laying around the country. That is around 11,200. So yes, because optical fiber, SDB pipe and other things, we ourselves are manufacturing these things. And it's a turnkey solution project. So yes, the margins will be much better in these things. Yes, and definitely third part is the construction of the buildings and NMS and the other things. So again, it's a good and decent margins are there. I must say this is the first time ITI has got such a big order in the history of the ITI itself.
Well, that sounds absolutely fantastic, Mr. Agarwal. If you're saying 15 to 20% margins. By the way, for those who are wondering what is Ascon, and I was wondering, so I looked it up. Ascon is basically the backbone of the Army's telecommunications network. It stands for Army Static Switched Communication Network. So it's a very prestigious order as well. It's coming from the Defense Forces. Now, to go back to that margin point, sir, if I got you right, you're saying 15 to 20%. Now, your EBITDA margin at the end of the fourth quarter was around just under 11%. So this is such a large order. So are we going to see a substantial sort of increase in overall company margins as you go forward? Because you've been getting other orders as well. You've got one from Airtel. There's another order in Bengaluru that you recently announced. So what should we expect in the next sort of 1 year as these big orders get executed?
Yes, basically for this order, we were waiting for since long. We were declared L1 in September 2017 itself, and it took a long time because it's very lengthy process in the governmental channel. And now finally we got it. Yes, margins are good because most of the things are indigenously developed things, and most of the things ITI will be doing it of its own. Complete project management will be by the ITI itself. Optical fiber, SDP pipe, and other things will be doing by the ITI itself. So it's a good margin case. And as far as overall margin in the next 1 year is concerned, so yes, ITI is already turned around, and we expect a good EBITDA and the PAT during FY21, and of course from the FY22 you will see a high jump in our EBITDA and the PAT also.
So a range, sir, that would help us. I mean, even a rough band, a guidance band would help. If you're at just under 11% margins now at an overall company level, EBITDA margins, with this kind of an order in your kitty, which itself is driving higher margins, what should be the new normal, let's say by FY22 for your margins?
It is very difficult to say right now, but you can understand in this financial year we are projecting to complete around 400 to 500 share during this financial year, FY21 only. So yes, this will have a major impact on our total overall revenue. So yes, by 3-4% margin may go up in the financial year 21 itself. As far as financial FY22 is concerned, so yes, major portion of our revenue, we are projecting around 4,000 to 5,000 in the next financial year, as per our guidance. So, yes. So, and major portion around 2,000, 2,200 will be coming from this project only. So you can understand the margins will go up significantly in the FY22 and 23.
Mr. Agarwal, just to get that number right, revenue projection for this year is how much? And for FY22 is how much? We get the picture that your margins are likely to improve. You're saying from around 11%, you see it going to the mid-teens. What kind of a revenue number are you looking at for FY21, FY22?
In the FY21, as per the MOU targets fixed with the government, it is around 3,000 CR as far as FY21 is concerned. And FY22 is still MOU signing has to be there, but definitely we will fix more than 4,000 CR in the FY22 because of this project itself.
It should be much more than that. Going by, you'll see bulk of these orders turn into revenues in FY22. So we'll wait by. For now, in fact, we take your FY21 guidance. Final question, sir. It's a two-part question. One is, how is the receivables position as of now? And the second part is, if you are sounding so confident, the government of India has 90% in this company. Is there an FPO that's likely? The last time you were telling us that maybe later this year we could see an FPO. You've heard anything about that?
Yes, let me tell you. The first part is the receivables. So yes, we have considerably reduced the receivables compared to FY20. Yes, our results will be announced in the 14th September. So we shall be sharing the figures with you. Exact figures we'll be sharing with you. But of course, it has reduced significantly as far as FY20 is concerned. As far as the other part is concerned, what was the other part? Sorry?
FPO. When is the FPO likely?
Yes, sorry, I'm sorry. So yes, FPO, because our company is now being held by more than 90% by the government, and as per the SEBI norms, we have to bring it to the 75% minimum shareholding by the public. So the current SEBI norms allow us up to the August 21. So definitely by August 21, definitely we have to meet these governmental guidelines. So before that, yes, either FPO plus OFS, definitely company will be bringing. But sufficient time is there with us. We are not in a hurry.
Okay, sir, just a quick last 10-second question. How much of your order book comes in from government orders and how much is from the private sector? What's the mix?
First of all, let me clarify one thing. Whatever orders now we are bidding, it is completely from our competitive bidding. This order we won against this for private and the public sectors, this defense order. So, of course, right now, more than 11,500 order book is there, including this order. So, yes, 90% is from this governmental side, and around 10% must be from the private agencies. But as far as we have started entering into the private sector in a big way. As you have seen, yes, this Airtel project we have been assigned recently. So this order, from the bestest point of view, from this private point of view, it is important. Order size may be less, but we have entered first time into the private operators segment.
It's a very interesting story. Maybe we'll connect with you after a couple of weeks. Would love to chat more. So, but we got the gist of it. 90% of the orders are government, but you're looking at the private sector aggressively. You've got a big army order, and you're quite confident about FY22. Well, on that note, we do have to take a very quick break. Thank you, Mr. Agarwal, for joining in. Before we slip into a break, here's a quick reminder. If you want to find out in a real quick jiffy about how the economy is doing, if the recovery is real or not, what different trackers are saying, well, then the Money Control Pro Recovery Tracker is your best answer to all these questions. The Pro Tracker's weekly indicators offer insights on whether the recovery is stalling or whether it has picked up momentum. Stay tuned to MC Pro Recovery Tracker for weekly updates.